Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to know the UGC NET Computer Science previous paper of the year December 2006 paper 2. There are actually 50 questions. We will cover 25 questions in part 1 and the remaining 25 questions in part 2. I will explain the complex questions in simple terms and provide tips and tricks to help you ace the exam. So whether you are a beginner or an experienced one, this video is for you. So let us start the video. So let us solve the first question. Which of the regular expressions corresponds to this grammar? So given the regular expressions, we have to solve this regular expression. So first we will take the start symbol, that is S tends to AB. Okay. So we will see the different types of expressions that will follow by substituting the A and B non-terminal values. So A is a small a and a small a capital A. So we will substitute small a, and B is capital B small b. So AB. So this is one option. And another one is so we will place the small a capital A in the place of A, and in the place of B we will place B. That means again small a, B. Okay. So we will take this another one. S tends to AS. S tends to AS. So what is the A value? So we will A value, we will consider first A, small a, and S as AS or AB. So we will consider the AS. Next, so substitute the A value. So substitute the A value here and the S value. So again, so if you substitute the S value, that is AA, AB. So that is AA, AB. So here in every expression, so A is followed by B. So that is at least one A must be there in the left hand side. So 1 A is there, 2 A's are there, and 3 A's are there. That means, so the given language has a number of A's, at least one, and followed by exactly one B. Okay, so that's why it is A star B. So we have at least one A here. Right? So A star B. So answer is option B. Next one. The proposition negation Q or P is equivalent to. So we know that negation Q or P means, so it is equivalent to Q implies P. So we know the formula Q implies P means negation Q or P. So this expression follows from the given proposition. Next, the number of edges in a complete graph with n vertices is equal to. In an undirected graph, each edge is specified by its two endpoints and order doesn't matter. And complete graph means every edge is connected with, every vertex is connected to another vertex in the given graph. That is called as a complete graph. So let us consider a complete graph here. So we are taking 4 edges, 4 vertices here. Since it is a complete graph, every vertex must be connected with each other. So this one will be connected with this one. So here every vertex is connected with each other. Right? So every vertex is connected with each other. So the number of edges in the complete graph is n number of vertices. So here we have 4 number of vertices. So what are the number of edges in the complete graph? So we have given the vertices here. So we have to find out the edges. So now let us count the edges in the given graph. So there are 4 vertices in the given graph and edges are 6 edges. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 edges are there. So let us substitute which one will satisfy in the given options. So 4 into 4 minus 1. So that is 4 into 3, that is 12. So this one is not wrong. So the answer must be 6, right? So 2n minus 1. 2 4s are 8. 8 minus 1 is 7. So this one is also wrong. And C, n minus 1. So 4 minus 1, that is 3. So there are no 3 edges are not there, right? So it is also not satisfying. Next, option D. 4 into 4 minus 1 by 2. That is 4 into 3 by 2. So 6. So number of edges are 6. So this option is correct one. The number of edges in a complete graph with n vertices is equal to n into n minus 1 by 2. So if you know about the definitions of the graph, the different types of graph, so you can easily solve a given question. Okay, so what is meant by complete graph, what is meant by bipartite graph, what is the pendant vertex. So in this type of questions they will ask so about the different types of graphs. So you must be clear about the definitions. Next, if a square minus b square is a prime number where a and b belongs to n, then so what will happen if a and b are prime numbers in the given number? So we know that a square minus b square. How can we obtain this particular equation? So a plus b into a minus b equals to a square minus b square. So that is a known algebraic formula. So a plus b into a minus b equals to 1. Okay. So from this equation we can get that a plus b equals to 1 and a minus b equals to 1. So we will solve the first one, that is a plus b equals to 1. Okay, then what will happen? So a equals to 1 minus b, right? So substituting this in the original equation we will get so 1 minus b, right? So we are substituting the 1 minus b in a place. So 1 minus b whole square minus b square, that equals to 1 minus 2b. So here 1 minus 2b is a prime number. This equation has no integer solutions for a and b, that would make 1 minus 2b a prime number. Next, similarly, if you substitute the a minus 1 equals to b, that is a equals to b plus 1, right? So a minus b equals to 1, that is a equals to 1 plus b. So substitute this 1 plus b in a in the given equation, a plus b into a minus b equals to 1. So if you substitute this one, so what will happen? So 1 plus b plus 1 into 1 plus b minus b. So it will get cancelled. So 1 plus 2b. So here 1 plus 2b is a prime number. So this equation has one solution, that is if b equals to 2, which makes a equals to 3. So therefore the only possible values for a and b that make a square minus b square a prime number are a equals to 3 and b equals to 2. Hence the correct answer is option A, that is a square minus b square equals to 3. So the hexadecimal equivalent of the given number is. So what is the hexadecimal equivalent of this given number? So first of all, let us convert the given binary number here into decimal values. So if you convert the binary values into decimal values, we will get this value as 23 and this one as 14. So 23 into 14. So if you multiply the 23 and 14, then we get the answer as 322. Now again convert the given decimal value into binary value. So the decimal value 322 is converted to binary value. So the binary equivalent of this value is 10 1 000 0 1 0. Okay, so if you get the hexadecimal value of this number, so then the answer is that one. Okay, so we have to convert the given value into hexadecimal value. So how do we convert the given value in hexadecimal value? So in the hexadecimal means 16, right? So 2 power 4 equals to 16. That means, so we have to group 4 binary bits here. So if you group from the right hand side, 0 0 1 0, 0 1 0 0, and here only one single bit here is there. So we have to replace 3 zeros here. 1 2 3. So now this forms a group of bits. So now 3 groups are formed here. Okay, so the hexadecimal equivalent of this 1 is 1, and 0 1 0 0 is 4, and hexadecimal equivalent of the binary value 0 0 1 0 is 2. So 142 is the answer for the given question. Option C is the correct one. An example of a self-complementing code is 8421 gray code, XS3 code, 7421 code. So what is in the self-complementary? A self-complementing code is a code where the 1st complement of a code word directly represents the 9th complement of the version number it encodes. This is useful in the applications like digital calculators where subtraction is performed using complement. For a code to be self-complementing, the sum of the weights of all the bits must be equal to 9. Suppose if you consider the first option, that is 8421 code. So here 8 plus 4 plus 2 plus 1. So what is the value? 16. So which is not equal to 9. So the self-complementing code will be like, so if you perform the sum of all the weights, then it must be equal to 9. So this one is not satisfying. Next one, gray code. So it is a non-weighted code primarily used for error minimization in digital circuits. So this one is not a self-complementing code. Next, consider the XS3 code. This code is obtained by adding 3 to each decimal digit and then converting it to binary. So the sum of its weight is 4221. That is 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1. That is equal to 9. So which is making it as a self-complementing. So it is satisfying the rule, self-complementing rule. The sum of all the weights must be equal to 9. And let us check the 7421 code also. So if you perform the sum of these 7421 weights, then the sum is 14, which is not satisfying the law of self-complementing code. So that's why the correct answer is XS3 code. How do we obtain the XS3? So by adding 3 to each decimal digit in the given binary code. And XS3 is represented as in the weight form as 4221. The answer is option 3. A sum of products expression can be implemented with the dash logic. So here the name itself denotes the sum of products. Okay, so it is a sum of products. Okay, sum of products. That means first we will perform the product form like X, Y, Y, Z, and ZX. So these are products, and we are performing the sum of these products. Sum of products. Okay, so how do we implement this with the logic gates? So which logic gate we are using here? Okay, so here X into Y. Okay, into, that means the multiplication operator, that means AND operation. So we are performing the X and Y. Okay, AND operation, and plus means OR operation. Okay, so here we are having AND and OR operation. So the answer is the AND OR. Option E is correct one. Next, the characteristic equation of the D flip-flop is. So we know that the characteristic equation of the delayed flip-flop is Q equals to D. So we are delaying it, right? So it will be Qn plus 1 equals to D only. And in the case of toggle flip-flop, the it will change to the complement form, but in the delay flip-flop it will be as it is. The input and output are same. Which of the following logic is the fastest logic? ECL, emitter coupled logic, is the fastest logic family among all, and this is due to avoidance of a saturation region for application. So answer is option B. So this is the table for the different logic gates here. So RTL, DCTL, DTL, TTL, ECL, I2L and CMOS. And this type of questions will be repeating frequently in the UGC NET exams. So remember this table and you will get the some set of questions on emitter coupled logic or RTL, CMOS like that. So we will check this table in the next questions. When a function is recursively called, all automatic variables are initialized during each execution of the function, retained from the last execution, maintained in a stack or ignored. When a function is recursively called, all automatic variables are initialized during each execution of the function. Only the static variable will maintain the storage for each execution, but the remaining storage like automatic register, so they will initialize for each execution of the function. So the answer is option A. Next one. Enumeration variables can be used in search statement like an integer variable, break statement, preprocessor command, function statement. In computer programming, an enum, that is enumeration type, is a categorical variable in statistics. It is a data type consisting of set of named values called elements, members, enumeral or enumerators of the type. Enumeration consists of a set of named integer constants. Variables of enum type can be used in indexing expressions and as operands of all arithmetic and relational operators. For example, in C and similar languages, enum are user-defined types that assign names to a set of integer constant values. They are primarily used to improve code readability. So here the answer is such statement like an integer variable. Enum variables are treated as integers in many operations. They can be used in search or conditional statements such as loops, switch case statements, just like the integers. How the enum will be given here. So in the given program, so enum days. So we are taking the enumeration of the enumeration values, that is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Okay, so these values will be assigned some integer values here. That is, how do we initialize the values in array? Similarly here, we can initialize the values here. So here enum members are given as Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. So these are the symbolic names that represent the integer values. By default, enum members start from 0. That is, Monday is assigned 0 and Tuesday is assigned 1, Wednesday 2, Thursday 3 and Friday 4. Okay. So here enum days today equals to Wednesday. So it will consider the integer value 2. So switch off today. So that means it will switch for the today value, that is Wednesday. So it will search all the cases here. So here it is matching with the case Wednesday. So that's why it will print it's Wednesday as the output for the given program. So we can use the enum statement in switch cases, if else and for loop. Next. So given a C program here, int array. So given the array here 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have to execute the given program here. So what they have mentioned here, they have given an array. So with the values 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. So now we have to assign the value 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So now int count. So we are taking a pointer here, that is the count. So count will point to the first element here, count. So here it will increment the function. It will go to the function increment. So increment return pre-increment count value. So here the initial value of count is 0. So the count value is equals to 0. Okay. So after entering the increment function, it will return the pre-increment of count. That means the count will be incremented by one value. So it will increment by one value. Then go to the main function. So here array of count post increment is there. So array of count post increment is also incremented once more. That means so it will increment the count value is already 1 here. So if you increment the count value by 1, then it will become 2. Okay. So now our printf array of count. So what is the count value here? 2. So the 2 will be printed as the answer of the given program. So option B is the correct one. So here we are incrementing the count 2 times. First in the increment call and second time in this statement. So 2 times the count is incremented. That's why the answer is 2. Next. When one-dimensional character array of unspecified length is assigned an initial value, then. So we know that a string will automatically be end by a null string. Okay. So by default it will end with a null string. Suppose I am storing a string hello. So HELLO. So by default it will the end of the string will be stored with a null string. So that's why from the given options the answer is B. So when one-dimensional character array of unspecified is assigned an initial value, then null is added at the end of the string. So this is the correct one. Null is added to the end of the string. So we are not mentioning the array size here. So by default it will automatically assign the null as the end of the string. So this null terminator is essential to distinguish where the string ends, especially in operations like printf or string manipulation functions like string length, string copy, etc. So this null terminator is often used as a special or arbitrary character because it is not visible character in the string, but it is automatically added by the compiler. Next one. The declaration unsigned U indicates what? So in the C programming language, U is used for unsigned integers. And we use the C for characters, S for string and D for integer, F for float. So the answer is B. So U is an unsigned integer. Next one. Which possibility among the following is invalid in case of a data flow diagram? So from the given possibilities, what is the invalid condition? So we have to find out the invalid condition. Okay, so the invalid condition is option C, that is a data flow between the two data stores. So data cannot flow between two data stores because they will get merged. So option C is the correct. So this one is the invalid answer, invalid case. So how this one is invalid case? In a data flow diagram, certain rules govern how data flows between elements like process, data stores and external entities. A data flow between two data stores is invalid because data stores do not communicate directly with each other. Any transfer of data between two data stores must pass through a process which acts as an intermediary to handle, process or transform the data. So here the We will check the remaining options also. What is meant by process, data stores, external entities. So process are the primary agents for data transformation. Data stores can only interact with the process. They cannot directly interact with the other data stores. And external entities can only interact with the process. They do not directly interact with the data store or external entities. So if you want to communicate, we have to use the process for data transformation. Okay. The next one. In DBMS, deferred update means. So we have two types of update, that is immediate update and deferred update. So in the immediate update, whenever the transaction is going on, everything is updated directly to the database. But in the case of deferred update, so we are not immediately writing the transactions into the database. Instead, we are recording the transactions in a log file. Deferred update is also called as a no undo or redo operation. It is used to recover or support transaction failures. So when a transaction runs, any updates or alterations made to the database are not done on the database only directly. So we are not directly applying the changes to the database. Instead, we are maintaining a log here. So in the log, so we are updating the transaction details. Okay, so everything will be recorded in the log file, this log file. Data changes recorded in the log file are applied to the database on commit operation. So after doing all the transactions on commit only, we are updating the database directly. So we are not directly updating the database. So each transaction will be stored in a log file. Then it is transferred to the database on commit operation. So the option is B. All the log file entries are made first, but the actual updates are done later. So deferred update is a recovery technique used to maintain the database consistency without failures. So it is a part of write ahead logging strategy. Deferred update ensures that log entries are done before the actual database updates. Okay, so that's why if there is any failures also, it will be solved only on the log file. So we are not going directly to the database. Next, which statement is false regarding the data independence? So what is meant by data independence first of all? Data independence refers to the ability to modify the schema at one level of the database system without affecting the schema at the next higher level. So there are two types of data independence, that is physical data independence, logical data independence. Changes to the physical storage structure or organization do not affect the logical schema. And the logical data independence, changes to the logical schema, that is adding a new field, do not affect the external schema, that is views. Okay, so here the option. So here in the data independence, if you are modifying one level schema, then it should not affect each other. That means everything must be independent of each other. So let us check each and every option here, and we have to find out the false option from the given statements. So option A, hierarchical data model suffers from data independence. So this is true because hierarchical data model tightly coupled with the data structure with the application. Similarly, network model also is tightly integrated with the data structures. So making changes to the physical and logical data independence. And relational model suffers only from logical data independence. So this one is also true because it provides good physical data independence. However, achieving the complete logical data independence can be difficult since changes to logical schema, that is adding a column, removing a column, might require changes in queries or views. And the false option is D, that is a relational model suffers only from physical data independence. Okay, so this one is a false. So it is designed to provide physical data independence, meaning changes to how data is stored do not affect the logical schema. So the correct answer is option D. Which of the following tools is not required during the system analysis phase of software development lifecycle? So the answer is option C, reverse engineering. So SDLC is a rapid application development type of prototyping. So that involves joint application development, prototyping and implementation of case tools. The advantages of rapid application development are speed, reduced development cost and active user involvement in the development process. So that's why this reverse engineering is not required in the analysis phase of the SDLC lifecycle. Two-phase protocol in a database management system is. So what is meant by two-phase protocol? So in the two-phase protocol there are only two phases. So that is locking phase and unlocking phase. Okay. So growing phase and the shrinking releasing phase. There are only two types of phases. So that's why option A is correct. A concurrency mechanism that is not deadlock free. A two-phase locking protocol is a concurrency control mechanism used in the DBMS to ensure the serializability. So that guarantees that transactions are executed with consistency. So in the two-phase lock protocol, we have two phases, that is the growing phase and the shrinking phase. These two phases are there. So in the growing phase, all the locks are acquired. In the shrinking phase, all the locks will be released. Okay. So this protocol ensures that once a transaction releases a lock, it cannot request any new locks, so which helps in ensuring serializability. So in this protocol, deadlocks may occur. So two-phase protocol does not inherently avoid deadlocks. If two or more transactions wait on each other to release locks, a deadlock can occur. So it ensures only serializability, not deadlocks. So that's why two-phase protocol is not deadlock free. It guarantees only serializability. So that's why option A is the correct one. Next, which algorithm has same average worst case and best case time? So let us take each and every option. So binary search. Binary search best case is when the search element is obtained in the first attempt only. That is big O of 1. For the unsorted array, if you are applying the search, finding maximum of n numbers, we can solve this by using a selection algorithm, that is theta of n times best and worst same time. So that's why the option is option B. For sorting an unsorted array, so finding the maximum of n numbers, so the best case, worst case and average case is same. And in the case of the quicksort algorithm, here array is fitted half each time, that results in big O of n log n. But the worst case is when an array is already sorted, then the result is big O of n square. So that's why the best case and the worst case are different here in the quicksort. And in Fibonacci search also, so it is similar to the binary search algorithm that works for sorted array in big O of log n time for worst and big O of 1 for best case. So option B is the correct one. Next, binary search tree is an example of which technique? So here it is an example of the divide and conquer technique. So here the name it denotes that we are going to divide a particular problem into multiple number of parts and conquer each part. That means we are solving each part after dividing the problem into sub-problems. So it is an example of the binary search tree. Next one. What is the time required to insert an element in a stack with linked implementation? Okay. So how do we insert an element into a stack with a linked list implementation? When we use a linked list to implement the stack, then complexity for push and pop operations is big O of 1. We will insert each element at the head of the linked list. So that's why it will take big O of 1 time for pushing and pop operations of each element to the linked list. For push operation it will take 1 and pop operation it will take 1 value. So that is a big O of 1. Option D is the correct one. The equivalent postfix expression for the given expression is. So we have to convert this infix expression into postfix expression. So by using a stack, you can convert easily this expression into this infix into postfix. So first we will consider a stack here. Okay. So first we will start from the left hand side towards the right hand side. So what is the left hand side value? D. So we will only push the operators into the stack, not the operands. Okay. So next operation is division operation. So here while pushing the operators into the stack, so we have two rules here. Okay. So lower priority operator should not be placed over higher priority operator, and no two operators of the same priority must be there in the stack. So these are the two rules that we have to follow. So we know that exponential has the highest priority, then multiplication and division has the next priority, plus and minus has the next priority. So highest priority is for the exponential operation. Okay. So first we are pushing the division operator into the stack. Next, so we have the parenthesis. So we will push the parenthesis into the stack. Next, E. Next one is the addition operator. But here there is have to follow the rule here. That is a lower priority operator cannot be placed over the higher priority operator. So here the plus is placed over the higher priority operator, that is division. So we have to pop this element. So if this condition follows, we have to pop the element here on the top of the stack. So we'll pop the element here. So DEF is already there. So we are popping the element here plus. Okay. So now after the F, so close parenthesis is there, next operator is the plus. So we have to insert the plus operator. So we have popped this one, right? And we have to insert the next one, plus operator. But here, so we cannot place the lower priority operator over the high priority operator, that is division operator. So now we have to pop the element division operator from the stack and then push the addition operator into the stack. Just pop this element division operator from the stack, division operator, and then push the element that is the addition operator into the stack. So now, so we will push the addition operator into the stack. Next one. So next one is the B. So B is written here, and the multiplication operator. So multiplication operator is inserted into the stack. Okay. So next one is the C. B, C. So now now there is no other elements here, right? So now we are popping the elements. So multiplication operator is taken out, and then plus operator is popped here, right? So this is the answer. So for converting the infix expression into postfix expression. So the answer is option C. Which one of the following is a physical data structure? A physical data structure refers to the actual organization of data on a storage device. And logical data structure refers to how the information appears to a program or user. For example, a data file is collection or information stored together. Array is one data structure which refers to actual memory organization. Stack, table and linked list are logical data structures, whereas array is a physical data structure. The answer is array. Option A. So this is the part 1 of the video, UGC NET Computer Science, December 2006 paper. So the remaining questions we will discuss in the part 2. Thanks for watching my video.